Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. I am your host and executive producer, Kiva Murdoch, and we have an amazing show for you tonight. I'm super excited to have this beautiful, strong, confident woman in my virtual studio, and we're going to be talking about something that she has coming up called the Confident Women Incubator. So you already know what to do. Go ahead and grab your favorite drink, get yourself comfortable, grab your girlfriends, because this is going to be a show for you tonight. So after our brief introduction, I will bring and introduce to you no other than Miss Doreen Lettsome Reid. So don't go anywhere, family. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. We hope that by the end of our show, you're left feeling empowered, motivated, and connected. So come on in the room, grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy the ride, because you're finally at home at Kiva's Place. Now give it up for our host and producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch.
Welcome back, friends and family, to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. So, as promised, let's introduce Miss Doreen Lettsome Reid, and we're going to dive into everything that she has coming up. So come on in the room, Queen. How are you?
What's going on, ladies? How are you from all around the world? Because Kiva's Place is where all international women come, and it's just an honor to be with you from all the four corners of the world. I say welcome, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you, and I just give you a great big hashtag the confident woman. That's what we do here.
Yes, you better come on with it, Queen. Come on with it. I'm so excited to have you, and you're already getting some love. Tina J. Ramsey says hello. Hashtag Sharon. Thank you so much for tuning in, Tina. Yes, Queen. Listen, if you all don't know Miss Doreen, y'all are going to find out. Just tell them a little bit about you, Doreen. Tell them a little bit about who you are so we can dive into why you're here.
Well, absolutely. My name is Doreen Lettsome Reid, International Kingdompreneur Coach, builder of Confident Woman Incubator. The key to unlock what's inside you, the confident woman, giving you clarity of your mission, message, mandate as you boldly proclaim your faith, slap dab in the marketplace. Confident Woman Incubator gives 4 key elements to unlock what's inside you, the confident woman. We focus on self-care, spiritual development, professional development, and business development. Increase of confidence. That's what I do. And this is not just what I do, it's who I am. I'm a kingdompreneur coach, and I'm sent to unlock what's inside you.
That's why I love you, because you are a powerhouse and you are exactly what queens need. And let's just break down the Confident Women Incubator. Self-care. Why is it so important for you to include self-care as part of this Confident Woman Incubator?
Oh, absolutely, Kiva. So if we want to stay sane, right? If we want to keep our sanity, we have to be rooted and grounded in biblical principles. And Confident Woman Incubator offers 4 key elements to increase your self-care, your spiritual development, professional development, and business development, all from a biblical perspective. So my sanity as a confident woman comes from the Word of God. How does that pertain to my self-care? Well, when I use the Word of God and apply it to my mind can be renewed on a day-by-day basis. My mental state, my mental capacity is increased. All of the poison that was in my mind that was by something I've done or a trauma or something else that has happened to me that bent my mind or bruised my mind can be healed through biblical principles. So self-care is the foundation to Confident Woman Incubator. We can't be confident and we cannot serve, we cannot lead if we're bleeding.
And that is so eloquently said. And that's an area as women, and let's let's just be for real. We tend to put ourselves last. Everybody else comes before us. Our business comes before us, our husband, our children, and we tend to put our self-care on the back burner when it really should be at the forefront. And I really love and appreciate that you actually have that as the number one stepping stone, the building block of Confident Woman Incubator, because we got to start with ourselves. Do you find that, a lot of women struggle with that?
Yes, ma'am, because especially women, we have a position, right? We have position of the C-suite. We have position of the influencer, the international influencer, the speaker, the coach, the consultant, the woman, the wife, the mother. We have that position and we're focused on the position, but our condition oftentimes is lacking. We're actually bleeding and we're trying to cover up the fact that we're bleeding because we're so focused on the position. But see, Confident Woman Incubator is the key to unlock what's inside you, because it assures that you're not just in position, but you're in condition to serve, which means you're leading and not bleeding.
I love that. I love that. So tell us about the second block. So we understand that self-care is block number one, and this is a 4-part system. So tell us about the second part.
So as I said, everything is from a biblical perspective. I am an International Kingdompreneur coach. What is that, Doreen? Well, I'm glad you asked. So I coach women around the world, and I coach women on how to position themselves to utilize their businesses, their platforms to proclaim the gospel in the worldwide marketplace. My boss is the ultimate businessman. So in order for me to know who my boss is and understand how to function in my self-care, I must have spiritual development. So coming in the Confident Woman Incubator for 1 year, you are going to make a fresh commitment to the ultimate businessman.
I love it.
Because ultimately he's your boss. Because I'm going to coach you from a kingdompreneur perspective. We're no longer entrepreneurs, and you're going to have to come in Confident Woman Incubator to learn the difference between an entrepreneur and a kingdompreneur, and shattering the misconception of a Christian business owner. We touched on that before, Kiva, when you were on my platform. You were a part of the roundtable discussion we were having about that. And so that workshop, that training that I do which is live training every day of the week, for Confident Woman Incubator participants, this gets in your heart and mind. And as we said, we're in a building process because I'm a builder. We start with self-care, which is the firm foundation. We build with spiritual development and allowing ourselves the key to unlock what's inside you, which is the word. Okay, the word was sent to heal and to deliver. Now it's up to you to receive it. I'm going to bring it, but are you going to receive it? The key that is in your hand, but are you going to open up the door, or are you just going to stand there and look at it? It's up to you, right? It's tight, but it's right. And so that's why spiritual development has to be the second piece, because professional development and business development is not going to be to any avail if we don't do the building process correctly. And that's why Confident Woman Incubator is a safe place for women that are in the C-suite, who are in influential positions, to also get in condition to continue. You may be doing an excellent job in these 5 key elements, but we have to continue. We have not reached to glory yet. And pardon my English, I meant to say ain't. We ain't in glory yet. Okay, let's just understand. I live here in the South. We ain't there yet. So as long as we're in this earth, the ultimate businessman has told us what, Kiva? You know the word. He said, continue.
That's right.
If you continue, then you are my disciples indeed. Then you continue your employment with me. Then you continue to receive daily benefits from me. oh, you can be fired.
Mhm. That's right. I love it. I love it. Yes.
So
I am here for it.
we have to have that mindset that I always have to continue. And I was telling you backstage, even this week, you know, my master coach, the Holy Spirit, was telling me, you know, you need to get more mentoring. I have mentors that I work with, and I met with tomorrow will be the third session. And usually I have once a week or once every other week, according to what, you know, the mentors tell me. But I just felt in my spirit that I needed a little extra, right? And so it's very important to just be honest. That's the only way we really can increase. It starts with self-care, which a part of self-care is being honest. Mm-hmm. A part of spiritual development is being honest. A part of the other key elements is being honest. Does that kind of like answer your question?
Yes, beautifully too. And that's the thing about growth that many of us don't realize is you have to put yourself in that position. You have to put yourself in that position. You got to open up your heart, open up your mind, and just be open to receive the blessings that God has in store for you. But in order for you to receive that, you have to put yourself in a position to be ready to receive it. You got to be open, you know, because it's hard. It's very difficult to penetrate somebody that is closed. So, and what I'm hearing you say is you're not here to try to pound it in them. They have to be ready. They have to be willing, and they have to be honest enough to receive that coaching, that positioning them, that teaching them, that mentoring them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I love
because, you know, Kiva, we have to go back to the ultimate businessman. Always remember that he has already set the precedent. Let me say that again. Always remember that the ultimate businessman has set the precedent. The standard has already been set, and honey, he ain't changing. So he's already given the example that we have to give a firm yes. That's how we got born again. He doesn't want a wibbly wobble yes. That's when we get into backsliding. That's when we be saved a week and then, you know, and all of that. That's because there was not a firm yes. When I was in that burning building, pregnant with my child, and the building is on fire, the person was trying to burn me up in the building. I'm leaning against the wall. Smoke has already filled the room. I dropped to my knees and I'm sitting there. I said, Lord, if you get me out this room, out of this house, if you get me out of here, I will serve you. I gave him my word. Now, I didn't go through the sinner's prayer. I didn't have no one there to do that. I didn't know how to do that. I've never been churched before. But apparently God saw my heart, because he sent the same person that set the fire back in the burning house to get me. The same person that was trying to kill me delivered me out of this burning house. And my daughter is now 27 years old, in her right mind, health, and strength. So nothing didn't happen to her from me inhaling all of that smoke and being in that burning house. Why am I telling you this story? The power of yes. I will not work with someone that's not going to give me a yes, because you're not ready. And that's great. That's fine. You have to make a decision for yourself. Like one day I had to make a decision. I'm tired of the clubbing. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of going. I got tired of being tired. I had to make a decision. And when I gave the yes, there was my decision. Regardless of how I fall short and all of my shortcomings and all the things that I don't do right, as long as I gave God a yes, he will work with me. The Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. God can't work with a double-minded man. That's why he requires a yes. He says, choose life or choose death. Yes or no. Very simple. Once he gets a yes, you'll see him transform your life. The yes is the key to unlock what's inside you. Does that help everybody tonight? Does that help you tonight? I want to help you tonight because it's more than about coaching. Your soul is at stake tonight. And you've been hemming and hawing. You've been trying to measure up for what you see in the church, and what you see in the church is not, you don't know what's going on, honey. You ain't God, and you can't read people's heart. You focus on you. Tonight is your night to give a yes, Kiva. It's their night.
That's right.
I'm talking to that woman that, you know, you've been on drugs, you clubbing, you twerking, you bending, you bowing. Come on here now. Yeah, I'm going there tonight. I'm talking to you tonight. You are a confident woman, and it's your time to rise. Come on. God requires a yes. He's not requiring perfection. He's not requiring you to get it all together, because you'll never get it all together. But he is requiring your yes. And you can do that right now, tonight, wherever you are. If you're in that club right now, if you're in Paris, if you're in Rome, if you're in Italy, if you're here in the States, I don't care where you are. He hears a yes because he heard my yes. And this, what you see, is a miracle. All because of a yes. And that's what Confident Woman Incubator is all about.
And that's what it definitely requires. It requires you to be not partially in, you have to be all in. And we have, I don't know if she is still watching, but we have one of your ambassadors who is Miss Tina J. Ramsey for the Confident Women Incubator. And if she is still watching, I would love to bring her on with us so that she can give us a perspective from the ambassador's perspective. But I know that you not only have Confident Women Incubator going on, but you just had a Confident Woman whole tour. Tell us a little bit about the tour.
Yeah, you know, this has been a building process because I am a builder. Last year, it's been a year and a half, Kiva, that I started building out the Confident Leaders Rise and the Confident Woman World Tour. It took a year and a half to build it out. And you know, you were there. You saw the women from Cambridge, England, Birmingham, England, Paris,
all over the world,
Jamaica. We were literally going around the world getting our passports stamped. And the Lord was just dealing with me a year and a half ago. I was sitting here in my office, you know, minding my own business, and my boss showed up to talk with me. And so I just had a thought. So we were talking. I said, well, what is it like for women around the world? What is the Kingdompreneur's perspective on an international level? Because I don't know. And so he said, well, ask them. I was like, okay. So I started doing what I do, which is I ask because you have not, because you ask not. So I don't have to know you to ask you something. And people that know me kind of know that about me. They'll say, she found me, or, you know, whatever. So I started finding women from Jamaica. I started bringing them on my show last year and a half ago. And we started this journey. We started this building process. And then behind the scenes, which I can talk about now, I privately met with Tierra Destiny Reid, I don't even know how to describe her, just a mogul. You know, she allowed me to meet with her, and I told her what was in my heart, and I shared it with her, and I told her, I said, I will come back. And literally a year and a half later, I met with her again before I released everything and told her what I wanted to do. And of course, she supported the tour. She's actually writing the foreword for the book, Confident Woman Rise. So all of these are building pieces leading up to Confident Woman Incubator. And it's taken a year and a half to produce the tour. And the tour was very strategic and intentional to gather women all around the world to be empowered, to be put in position and condition to serve the ultimate businessman while they are boldly proclaiming their faith in the worldwide marketplace. We covered a mass amount of topics. You know, you were on the platform about shattering the misconception of a Christian business owner. That was a 2-day thing. We talked about that for 2 days. And we had different panelists on both days. And so, you know, you were there. What was your perspective of Leaders Rise and the Confident Woman World Tour?
It was literally amazing. And I love the fact that it was not only catered towards women of the U.S., because we may have a different perspective, a different experience, a different, walk in just being a leader versus somebody who may be in Israel, somebody who may be in Asia, somebody who may be in Afghanistan. So I love the diversity of the guests, the different perspective, but also it was still inclusive on one accord, because we are all there for the same purpose, and that was to serve God, number one, boldly and unequivocally, without any reservation, and number two, learning and growing and doing it collectively as a stronger group of women. So I love the fact that it was cohesive, in the sense of you're not feeling as if you were going through this journey walking alone, but if we just bind together, put our resources together, learn and grow together, then we're stronger together. So I love that aspect of, a feeling a part of it, instead of just feeling like I'm on the tail end. I literally felt as if I was a part of something bigger than me. And I love that. I love that
Yeah.
about it.
And Kira, you were able to meet Shirley Liu, and her home is Vietnam.
Exactly.
And hearing her story and and hearing her perspective really blessed me, being on that panel, because she brought to our attention that for her, in her circle, which we all know she's a millionaire, she said even in her circle, when women say that they're Christian, she said that they're what they're saying doesn't match with what they're doing. And I thought that was very ironic, because I'm not to millionaire status yet, but here she's saying that regardless of price point, regardless of what's in your pocketbook, we still deal with the same issues. I thought that was just like, okay, you're telling me something. What did you pick that up from her too?
Well, I wasn't on that panel with her. I was actually on the first day panel, but I can definitely relate to what she is saying, and it speaks volume, because when you're not there, you have I don't want to say a misguided perception, but that's exactly what it is, really, of somebody that is already there, right? When we are striving to get to that point, we are looking at them from an outsider perspective and already thinking that what they have, what they go through, is different versus what we may be having or we are experiencing. And what I'm hearing you say that she's alluding to is, we all share the same pain points. We all come from the same perspective. We may be in a different social class. We may have different amounts in our account, but at the end of the day, we all are going through the same pain points. And it's how you maneuver, how you work through that, how you pray yourself through those situations that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I really liked it, the different perspective, like you said. It just taught me a lot of different things, learning from the women, because Kiva, even before Leaders Rise in the Confident Woman World Tour chat, the main event, we were doing the chats, because we were doing the chats, Confident Women Rise Tour chats. I think it was like for 2 months.
Yeah,
to lead up
to
the main event, because I wanted to have a true representation of the worldwide marketplace. And so every week, I was meeting women from Asia, meeting women from England. Every week it was so we were going somewhere different. And in that process, I was learning so much from these women. These women, I'm not the same just from sitting at their feet, learning about their culture. That was the purpose of the chats, to just hear about their culture, hear about their country, hear about their perspective. I was literally in Singapore, Trinidad. I mean, it was just so amazing. And all of these were Christian women and different variety of women from different places and perspectives. And it just really taught me, I just was in awe of them, like, wow, and to hear them. But with all these women, Kiva, I heard the same theme that helps them to be confident was prayer. Every single woman that came on the virtual chat said prayer, something about prayer. They always said something about prayer. And you're a minister. What does that say to you when you hear that? I mean, all of these women from all around the world are saying the same thing, which was prayer.
Yeah, well, it definitely blesses my heart because it makes you realize that they understand that you can't do anything without prayer. For me, prayer is everything for me. Before I move, I pray. Before I speak, I pray. Before I develop anything, I pray. And it's really important to seek God first. The Bible lets us know to seek his kingdom first and all of his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. So it really blesses my heart that these women, these strong, independent women from all over the world, share that same consensus and understanding that you can't do anything. You really can't do anything without seeking him first.
I think that just speaks volumes. Isn't that it? Just really, when you just sit in that for a moment, it's like it really speaks volumes, because all of them don't know each other. They didn't know each other, and we're on this platform with the World Tour Chat, and they're there, and I'm picking up the same thing. And I'm like, okay, that just, when you think about it, that's like kind of like mind blowing. And and we're talking about Confident Woman Incubator, and I'm getting so excited because all of these pieces, all of these building blocks leads up to this point. And the foundation of Confident Woman Incubator has been prayer, right? It has been me praying. It has been my prayer team praying, because Confident Woman Incubator has its own prayer team. Many people don't know that. It has its own prayer team, that those that work with me, those that coach with me, those that are in what we're doing, their families are being covered and pleaded, the blood of Jesus being pleaded over them. So when we have an emergency, I don't have to go look for someone to pray for these people. I have a team that I just go to the main director and say, this is the list, and she takes care of it.
And who I have, Doreen, you are the first person, girl. You are the first person. And I've been doing this for a while that has said that they have a team that their only job, job is to cover the women and cover this entire program in prayer. I love that.
I'm gonna have to let you. Well, you met Linda. Remember on Clubhouse?
Virtually,
Linda is our prayer team leader.
I love that, and it's so needed. And listen, family, when this woman says that she is led by the Spirit of God in everything that she does, especially dealing with the Confident Women Incubator, you can be rest assured that you are not only going to get those 4 foundation points, but you're going to get something so much deeper, which is being rooted, grounded, surrounded, succumbed through prayer. And not everybody can say that. I love that.
And Miss Linda Montgomery, she's the director of our prayer team. And we have Miss Gloria Walton. I believe you met Gloria before. And we have Miss Johanna D. Samuel, who is in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So we have women. We also have our young lady that steps in for us in case one of the other ladies are not able to appear on Friday morning at 7 o'clock. Once a week, they meet for 30 minutes. And we have Miss Linda. She is one of our Confident Women Rise co-authors, and she helps fill in when someone is sick or whatever, so that it can continue to carry on. And so they are my prayer team, and it's just a secure thing, because told them, obviously I need to be covered, of course. I want to stay sane. I want to be in my right mind, health, and strength. And I want those that's connected with me to have that same. So that's what Confident Woman Incubator is all about.
I love it. Well, listen, we're not quite done with Ms. Doreen yet, but we got to take a quick break. But when we come back, I have a surprise for you. We have your brand ambassador that is waiting to come on stage and give her perspective of the Confident Woman Incubator. So I'm so excited for people to hear someone else's perspective other than mine and yours, which are 100% valid. However, it still helps to have another perspective. So don't go anywhere, family. We're not quite done yet. We have a little bit more with Ms. Doreen Reid. So after our quick break, we will bring to the stage her brand ambassador, Ms. Tina J. Ramsey. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Join the Easy Way movement. Visit EasyWayWall.com to check out the Easy Way Wall of Fame. Easy Way influencers are golden, and you are chosen.
Are you struggling with hair growth, and no matter what you do, your hair just won't grow? Then I introduce to you the K-Learney's Naturals Hair Growth Serum. This growth serum is a proprietary blend of natural oils and essential oils and has proven results to jumpstart your hair growth process in as little as 30 days. Pair this hair growth serum with our Renew and Restore healing oil and is guaranteed to treat any conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, ringworms, and more. Visit our website today for these great products and all of our natural hair care line at www.klernicenaturals.com. Again, that's www.klernicenaturals.com.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your man, Eric Zuli. I'm the international commercial Axe body spray star. I've done films. I'm on Amazon Prime right now. And I built my own social network platform. We have 300 million people that we reach on our network. And I'm a man of God. And I'm telling you right now, man, where do you need to be? Oh, yeah, that's it. Keever's Place. You gotta go to Keever's Place. You gotta watch Keever's Place. You gotta hang out in Keever's Place. It's about Keever. You hang out in Keever's Place. The easy way.
When the siren went, it meant time to go. Wherever we were, whatever we were doing, we just stopped. We'd be up in the air in less than 2 minutes.
You never knew what to expect.
Welcome back to Keever's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show and podcast. If you are just joining us, we are speaking with the one and only, the beautiful Miss Doreen Lettsome Reid, and we are talking about her project that she has that is coming out very soon, the Confident Woman Incubator. So we're going to bring her back on the stage. So thank you so much for hanging in there with us. It's been such an inspirational and powerful show tonight. So thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. And you know what? Confident Woman Incubator is ready. So people can come in now. We have the link for that. You just get involved. You get a starter kit. You can get started with your starter kit immediately. So You're not waiting on me. We're just waiting on you, right? The audience listening from all around the world. So it's in place. And there's the link there that Keever has. And we also want to say that we have Confident Woman Incubator podcast. We also have Confident Woman Incubator Clubhouse. And so all of these platforms are designed to increase your confidence and give you the key to unlock what's inside you as the confident woman.
And so we're going to actually talk about your podcast and the Clubhouse in just a minute. I want to go ahead and bring on Miss Tina J. Ramsey, who is the brand ambassador for Confident Women Incubator. Thank you so much for joining us, Tina, and welcome again to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. You know, anywhere that you guys are, I am there, because that is what the Confident Woman Incubator is all about, a true tribe of women coming together, supporting one another, and looking to bring other people, other queens along the way. Because at the end of the day, we wear so many hats as a woman. And it's time for us to learn how to self-care and pour into ourselves. And that is what the Confident Woman Incubator is doing for me, just being a part of it. Now, being a brand ambassador is a big undertaking. And when Miss Doreen was like, Tina, you know, I prayed about this and you're the one. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm like, me? Like, okay. And I really stood back for a while. I stood back and I thought about it and I prayed about it. And I'm like, should I do this now? I knew I wanted to be a part of it, but not as the ambassador, as a student, of course, because I need that myself, because I'm going to get coached myself. But the ambassador, the front runner alongside arm in arm with so many powerhouse women, I didn't take that lightly. And I know that it's something that, hey, prayed about it. She prayed about it. And one morning I woke up, Doreen was the first thing popped in my mind, and God said, do it. And God, I was like, really? I'm like, Doreen, it's on. It's on. So I just love everything about Doreen. And what you see is what you get. Like, that is not a facade. That is Doreen. She is the same way on camera, off camera, on the phone. That she's the same way. So she really has an amazing buffet of spiritual, business, confidence, building yourself back up. And what I love about this program, what I absolutely love that is ready to go, bringing people in right now, is that the simple fact that it is a year long. It's year long. Because many times we get into some amazing programs, get a coach and have them maybe for about 30, 60, 90 days. And during that time, we're so uplifted, we're so fulfilled, and we're getting things done. But then after that, life happens, right? And we notice sometimes you kind of fall off and have to pick yourself back up. But with 12 months, 12 apostles, 12 months, y'all better watch them numbers, 12 months of care, nurture. And when you have those low moments, all these coaches, all this knowledge, and Doreen not new to this. We talking 20 years. She not new. So I was like, okay, I will be the brand ambassador because I believe in everything that's going on with this movement, but I need to be taught too. I need the training. I need someone to pour into me. And so she was like, come on. And then I saw you, Kiva. I was like, okay, then. And for the first time in my life, I was in a room, and for most people that do follow me, they already know that I'm an international speaker and a whole lot of different stuff, and we're not even gonna go through all that. But I have never been in a room where I didn't know anybody. Never, ever, out of all these years of speaking and coaching and teaching. And when I came into her room, I didn't know not one person. Not one. And it floored me. So I'm standing back because me and Doreen had talked on and off camera. And she was like, Tina, you okay? I'm looking, I'm like, this is the first time. I'm looking around like I have been in a room with all these powerhouse women that I personally didn't know. And the only person that I knew was Doreen, is because you introduced me to Doreen, but she was the only one.
It's funny you said that, because I've never thought about that, but that's so true. That is so true. That's true for me as well, because when yes. and I haven't even made that correlation until you just said it.
Yeah, and then I knew that that's where I needed to be, because being with Doreen is the true growth, the true elevation, because you cannot grow and shift and pivot and do all the things that God wants you to do and all the things that you want to achieve without being uncomfortable. And then for the first time in a very long time, I was like, oh, I don't know anybody. So I didn't have like a little crutch or anything to hold on to. And Doreen said, you're in the right place. You all right. We're going to get this going. And I'm telling you, the ladies that is a part of this movement with Doreen, you want to be connected with these women. You want to be in circle. You want to be a part of this history-making moment. And if you haven't saw them on the news, you better look that up too. I keep saying that. I'm like, y'all better not sleep on this Confident Women Incubator. Y'all better don't sleep on it. But I just wanted to support you guys right quick. I have to hop off and go speak at another event, but I love you, ladies.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me on. And now I got to hop off and go somewhere else and speak. But I had to. And Key was like, girl, you come? I'm like, girl, yeah.
We love you much, and I know Doreen is super excited to have you as her brand ambassador.
Brand ambassador.
Yes.
She's not just the ambassador, she's the brand ambassador. Yes. And she is, and Tina, you're gonna have to come back on and tell Kiever all the different things we found out about each other and the divine connection that God did.
No. Go ahead. We're going to do this divine connection right now, because I didn't even think about that. Let's go ahead and put it together. When all this started unfolding, I understood why we was connected at this time, at this point in our life. We have too many similarities. So, Doreen, just give them a little taste, a little
you tell it.
Okay, well, I'll give them a little feel. So, for those of you who do not know, I'm from a small little town called Bennettsville, South Carolina. I hardly ever say that out loud, other than when people look it up on my bio. But I'm from a small little town called Bennettsville, South Carolina. Well, Doreen, she knows all about Bennettsville, people who I know, different stomping grounds. And then it's another town, small town in South Carolina called Churraw. Like some people say Churraw, some people say Churraw. It depends upon what side of Marlboro County you on, So it just depends, but it's the same place. Well, we know some of the same people. We've been in the same areas, and I have never been in a room other than one time when I went to one event where I ran into a long lost cousin I didn't know I had. But Doreen, we coincide. We're from the same areas, the same place, some of the same experiences. And I was like, wait, hold up. How do you know about Bennettsville? Like, out of all places, because that's not common for ones I be in rooms and they say Bennettsville. I'm like, how you know about Bennettsville? And so we have a lot of core things that are similar, a lot of connections that was happening in our lives before we even met, that led us to this part in our life that finally made our paths cross. And it started with Kiever introducing me to you because you wanted to start a podcast.
Wow. Right.
Now we had all this history.
And you helped me build my Confident Woman Incubator podcast, and you have been the instrumental part of that. And also, Tina, you want to tell them that you actually are very familiar of the school in Marlboro County where I worked for 3.5 years.
Oh yeah, and we went to the same college. Me and Doreen went to the same college. Now the name changed. We ain't gonna give too much of our age.
Right.
The name changed. When we was going, it was something else, but we ain't gonna put no age on that. But we went to the same school and so the same college and stuff like that. And someone just said, I saw pop on the screen, said they heard of those cities.
Exactly.
Okay, so we get into we finding out people through this virtual world. So I'm just thankful that Kiva connected me with you, and then from that I met you, and we have so many things with our hometown, with the colleges that we went through, the people that we know, where you work. We know the same people, been at the same stores, restaurant places.
Yeah.
We're so familiar, and I have never had that before. You know, I'm always the odd girl out. Like, nobody don't know anything about no Businessville. Surely not about no Sherrall and Wallace and Clio, you know, and McCall. Like, no. And then I was like, really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's divine connection. It's just
divine connection.
And you know, Tina, we have to really give acknowledgement to Kiva being a confident woman.
Yeah.
She is, because most people would have said, well, I have my own podcast. I can train her myself. I can make this money myself. Kiva did none of that.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
You know, she did none of that. I reached out to Kiva with something that was on my heart. You know, we had a private conversation and she just literally took care of it. You know, she didn't even mix words. She said, I'm, you know, and she put all of this together. And then when she invited me to this particular meeting, she didn't tell me that you were there. She just told me to come to this meeting. She didn't tell me that you were going to be there. She didn't tell me that you were the podcast queen. She didn't tell me anything. She just said, Doreen, this is the time, the meeting. This is the link to come in the meeting. And that's what I did. I was obedient. But I just want to say, we're talking about Confident Woman Incubator. We're talking about Confident Women Rise. We're talking about that. And that's what Kiva is, because most women would not have done that, because Kiva is a coach herself. She has a podcast herself. She has she's a serial entrepreneur herself. She's very successful. She could have saw that opportunity as, no, I'm gonna get this money.
Yeah.
When you build a podcast, you have to invest, and that's what I had to do. I had to invest in Tina's coaching to do the podcast. But Kiva could have said, well, no, I'm gonna take this money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, she could have. And really, honestly, on that particular meeting, I didn't know what was going on. I got a call from somebody else, and they was like, I need you to hop on this Zoom. I'm like, but I'm in the middle of doing something. I need you to hop on this Zoom. So I just went, and then I saw Kiva, and then later on I saw you. I was like, but I don't have a memo. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, okay.
I didn't know what was going on either. Kiva said to come to the meeting, and I was just obedient to show up like I was supposed to, because I gave her my word. And apparently now you're saying you didn't even know what you were there for.
Oh, me, I didn't know. So I just went because he was like, you need to be like, come here. And I was like, okay, but I'm doing something no, come. I'm like, okay, fine. And then Kiva put us together. And I said, well, since Kiva recommended you, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you because she
did just that.
I'm gonna do that. And so that's what happened. Like, it was just like boom, 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 boom. But I mean, that's how things happen when it's meant to be. You just go with it, and then later on, layers start coming apart, and you're like, wait a minute, what? We all in South Carolina? Okay, now come on.
And we did not know each other until Kiva, what month was that? I don't even remember. It was earlier this year.
Yeah, it was like January, February. Early, yeah.
We did not know each other. I want to make that very clear, because the name of my company that powers all that I do is Divine Connection Network Association. And what I'm hearing everywhere I go, I'm constantly seeing God give me divine connections and networking. And that's the basis of everything that I do. It powers everything that I do. It powers Confident Woman Incubator and all the platforms that I mentioned. And so we have to just take pause to unlock what's inside you and take a moment to realize what God is doing. Sometimes we can get in such a hurry. We feel like we're not going as fast as we want. We're not making the money that we want. You know, I get in trouble with this all the time. But to take a moment and realize, because Kiva and I did not know each other. We just literally met in January.
But it's so important to also understand you have to be obedient. And it goes back to exactly what I said earlier. You really have to put yourself in a position for God to lead you and guide you. And now that we are all together and collaborating, now we are starting to see exactly why, you know, he was doing exactly. But you have to be obedient, first of all, and you have to listen and put yourself in a position to be led by God, and he will show up and show out if you allow him to.
And Kiva, I want to tell them this too. In that training, there was I think maybe 10 ladies. I can't remember the exact amount. I know it was at least 12, I think.
Yeah. It was.
Out of those 12 ladies, she selected to talk with me privately. And
it was something that you said that struck me, and I was like, I have to connect with her. I have to get to know her better, and that's how it started.
And in the training, Tina, she texts me. She finds me on Facebook, because remember, we don't know each other. She finds my name on Facebook. She friends me. I accept the friendship on my phone. We're doing this in the training now. Yep. The training we have paid for. I accept the friendship. We're inboxing, and she says, I want to talk with you. And I'm like, absolutely. So she had to be obedient, because, hello, that was the Holy Spirit telling her, which she would not have known. None of us would have known all of this would take place. And Kiva has agreed to be one of the sponsors for my podcast. We just had that meeting backstage. So surprise to the world. You know, we just sealed that deal, and we're getting ready to do some other things. We have another meeting behind the scenes. So all of this is because of one, and it had to be an act of obedience on my part too, because God woke me up out my sleep. I was looking at my phone. I woke up out my sleep. I grabbed my phone. I was scrolling, and that's when I seen Dr. Nikita's training, and God said, "Go now."
Wow!
I was asleep. 1 hour before the training, he literally woke me up. I was laying down. I was tired. The training started at 8:00. He woke me up at 7:00, and he said, "Go now." And I got up, got my pocketbook, paid for the training, and then something happened, a technology issue, and I was waiting for the link to come through my email, and I couldn't find it. So 8:00 was coming, and I'm thinking, okay, I can't find the link. And then I did end up getting the link and was able to come in.
Wow. And I had no idea that that's how it came about. Well, listen, ladies, I know you have to hop off, but thank you so much for joining us and sharing your perspective, because I really wanted to show another perspective to our audience, and you have done that so well. So thank you so much. We will definitely be in touch. And Ms. Doreen and I, we're going to let the audience know how to get involved with your book and how to contact you. So tell us really quick about your anthology that you have coming up.
So Confident Women Rise is based on Isaiah 61. The Amplified version says, "Arise, shine, for the glory of the Lord is upon you." Arise from that prostrated position. And so that's what Confident Women Rise is all about. And we do have some spots left for you to participate in that anthology as a confident woman. You are ready to rise. It is your time to not just rise, but to shine. And so Kiva actually has the link there where you can get immediately involved. You can get started with your starter kit for Confident Woman Incubator. You go to that link, you click, you fill out the information, you get your starter kit immediately. Part of your starter kit is where you'll be able to meet with me for 1 hour. So 1 hour orientation. And so we will be able to talk for 1 hour. in Confident Woman Incubator. That's part of your starter kit. Along with your starter kit, you're going to get webinars, you're going to get an audio, you're going to be able to meet with me, and you're also going to get a tangible book. Hello. So this is a really starter kit to get you started into Confident Woman Incubator. So that's the link there. If you want to contact me directly, I do take phone calls. It's 843-910-3927, or you can attach me to any social media, Doreen Lettsome Reid.
Give me that number one more time. 843
910 3927.
Because I want to pop that up on the screen. Sometimes when you're saying it, it can sound one way, but I want to make sure that they can definitely see it. So you all have heard the call to action. If you want to reach out to her, again, her number is 843-910-3927. I will put the link back up one more time as well. Confident Women Incubator has already begun. So if you want to get involved and get your starter package, this is the link to do that. And she have just said everything that's included in that, plus you would get a book. You have an opportunity to be involved in her anthology. She has limited spaces. There's a few spaces that are still available. There is an investment. It's not free. Hello, there is an investment, but it's an opportunity for you to invest in yourself, be a part of this amazing movement, and position yourself to win and gain those skills to be more confident. So we definitely want you to take full advantage of that. Miss Doreen, this has been an honor having you here on Keeper's Place. I'm going to allow you an opportunity to leave any final comments you want to leave to our audience today. The floor is yours, Queen.
Hashtag the Confident Woman. We enjoy having you here at Keeper's Place. I look forward to working with you in Confident Woman Incubator. You all have a good night.
And there you have it, friends and family. Listen, you are welcome back anytime. First of all, you're welcome back anytime. You already know you family. So anytime you have anything else coming up, definitely keep Keeper's Place, the Keeper Murdoch Show in mind. We will love to have you. And until next time, family, continue to love on each other, share, connect, and glow, because building your network also builds your net worth. So thank you so much for watching. Peace and blessings. We love you all. Till next time, Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night.
Thank you for watching Keeper's Place, the Keeper Murdoch Show and Podcast. Tune in every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Keeper's Place. To be a guest on our show, text the word guest to 803-368-3030 or visit us at tinyurl.com/Keeper's Place Booking. And watch us on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire as we're broadcasting in more than 60 million homes worldwide.